This is San Diego News Daily.
I'm Monica Dean. Let's get right into your top local stories. A local bishop accused of stealing money from a Chaldean church in El Cajon was back in court this morning. Bishop Emmanuel Shaletta was arrested at the airport in March, trying to leave the country. And a hearing in his case just wrapped up about an hour ago. Several people showed up outside the courtroom to show their support for Shaletta. He is accused of stealing at least $270,000 from St. Peter Chaldean Catholic Cathedral. But prosecutors have not said where the money went. In March, Shaletta was arrested at San Diego International Airport, where he was set to board a flight to Germany. Prosecutors say he had more than $9,000 in cash in his bag. At his arraignment back in March, he pleaded not guilty to 16 felony counts. Meantime, Shaletta is out on $125,000 bail, but was ordered to wear a GPS monitor. A hearing is scheduled this afternoon to decide if he will have to continue to wear that monitor. Deputy District Attorney Joel Madero says Shaletta is a flight risk, but his attorney has argued he has no intention of running away from the charges. We will, of course, be following this story for you. You can check for updates on NBC7.com. New charges were filed today against a man accused of shooting and killing his 17-year-old pregnant girlfriend. The 32-week-old baby girl was delivered through emergency C-section after her mother was killed on May 30th. About a week later, the baby died. Trevon Williams is now charged with 2 counts of capital murder in the deaths of the mother, Jariah Edwards, and the baby. He is also charged with possession of a machine gun. Investigators say Edwards and her family were visiting from Arizona and were staying at an Airbnb. They say Williams took a 5-hour lift from Phoenix here to San Diego and shot Edwards outside that rental. With word of a peace deal with Iran, the price of U.S. crude oil closed at its lowest since the first week of March. So what does that mean for our gas prices or anyone looking to buy a home, perhaps? Experts say we could start to see gas prices and mortgage rates come down eventually. Economists say it will likely be at least a month before we see gas prices drop back down to what we were paying before the war began. Some experts are hopeful that costs will creep back down gradually. That's because shipping and refining crude oil is a slow process that will take a while to resume. On top of all of that, gas stations still have to use up the gas they purchased at a higher price.
You got to remember the gas stations when they're buying the oil, gas that's been refined from oil. They bought it at a high price, and so until that's all sold there and they get a new purchase, the price is going to stay kind of high.
Mortgage rates also spiked after the war began, from just over 5% in February to more than 6% now. Some loan officers are cautiously optimistic that once a peace deal is signed, rates will begin to come back down over the coming months. Okay, believe it or not, SDG&E wants to start raising its rates again. The company has submitted a request to the California Public Utilities Commission to increase monthly bills by more than 8% starting in the year 2028. The company points to a number of factors, including insurance costs related to wildfires, increasing employee benefit costs, and ongoing system maintenance. None of this is a done deal, though. It still needs approval from the CPUC. NASCAR is holding a pair of sold-out races this weekend at Naval Base Coronado, and organizers, they're bracing for all the traffic. 50,000 people are expected to be coming to see those NASCAR street races. Caltrans will have signs warning people of potential traffic all the way from the 5805 split to the I-905. Organizers are encouraging ride-sharing, public transit, carpooling, and show up early. Anyone who has a ticket or for any of those weekend activities, there are a few extra rules that you need to follow. You can find those, the list of them, on NBC7.com. Chief Meteorologist Sheena Parveen joins us now with a look at your forecast. Hi, Sheena.
Hi there. As we head through the afternoon, temperatures at the beaches will be in the low 70s. Also at the beaches, dangerous rip currents, wave heights 3 to 6 feet, some sets near 7. Be very careful out there at the beaches. Always make sure you're near a lifeguard tower. Mid 70s for the coastal communities, and then we'll be back in the 80s inland, mostly mid to low 80s. Mountains, deserts, just a slight chance of a pop-up shower this afternoon. For the inland valleys, for tomorrow, low 80s, Thursday around 80, Friday, Saturday, upper 70s. More comfortable into the weekend. Everyone's 10-day forecast coming up.
You like the sound of that? Thank you. Voters said no when it came to taxing empty second homes. Why Measure A failed with San Diegans. Next.
Your left, I'm sorry.
Let's do this.
Where do you get your information from?
Well, definitely start with the local news.
The reason why I love listening to local news like NBC, they give the facts.
California families could feel
They have a genuine interest, first as people and second as a news team.
Because this is their community too.
Sometimes the news isn't always fun. Bringing it to us every day in good and bad times is something that we rely on.
Nice to have you with us.
This is San Diego News Daily.
I'm Monica Dean. Welcome back. The murder trial of Larry Millete continues at the South Bay Courthouse. A forensics expert for Chula Vista Police is expected to take the stand today. Yesterday, several pieces of evidence were made public for the first time. On the day Larry was arrested, Chula Vista Police say they found abortion paperwork. You might remember Larry told a spellcaster that Maya got one because she was not sure if Larry was the father. Investigators also say Larry sent text messages to Maya in the days after she vanished. This is the first time we've learned that Larry tried reaching out. Earlier in the day, Larry's former boss took the witness stand. Investigators say Larry texted his former boss on the day Maya disappeared, saying he was, quote, about to lose it. Meanwhile, defense lawyers requested a photograph of Maya be removed from the proceedings. One legal expert says this is a common defense tactic.
In this case, I doubt they want the jury continuing to stare at her.
Why not?
It's just that that's going to put in their minds, I'm sure it was the pictures that look her looking very innocent and very pretty, and then causes juries to think that, oh, we have to do something for her, you know.
We will have full coverage of the trials on our evening shows and the latest on NBC7.com. Members of San Diego's congressional delegation are asking the federal government for more information about how the feds are helping businesses impacted by the sewage at the border. The head of the Small Business Administration visited San Diego earlier this year. Now lawmakers want to know what's been done since then. They say with summer approaching, a lot of businesses have been impacted by all of the beach closures due to the ongoing sewage crisis. 2 weeks after Election Day, we're getting a clearer look at just how San Diegans voted on a proposed tax on empty second homes. In the big picture, Measure A failed, with 53% voting against it. Supporters advised it as a tax on the wealthy, or advertised it rather as a tax on the wealthy, but it really took a beating in neighborhoods across southeast San Diego. Meantime, places with some of the strongest support for Measure A were North Park and Hillcrest, with a high concentration of renters. The independent budget analyst estimated the tax would have raised between $12 and $24 million in its first year. MTS wants to make sure it is easier to catch the trolley. The agency has announced that there are 145 additional parking spots available at the Claremont trolley station. Organizers say a lot more people are using the Blue Line segment, so spaces fill up really quickly. A new parking facility was built as part of the UC San Diego Blue Line extension, which added 9 new stations between Old Town and University City. Chief Meteorologist Sheena Parveen will have a look at your weather forecast right after this.
On January 22nd, I got a phone call from my daughter.
Rolling.
All right. She said, Mom, the water's already waist high. And we were all scrambling.
There's been 2 wildfires that have come through. We were able to watch NBC7, and we knew that as long as they were there, we were going to be okay.
We're going to be here. We're going to keep an eye on things.
Because of you guys, they acted.
This is the source of all of this neighborhood's problems.
Everything can be so unpredictable, and we rely on this coverage.
And that's a tornado warning.
Hi there, I'm NBC7 meteorologist Sheena Parveen. Mid-70s at the coast this afternoon, mid-80s inland. For the mountains, mid-80s, deserts near 110. Slight shower chance for mountains and deserts, just a brief pop-up shower. Don't forget at the beaches, we do have elevated surf, 3 to 6 feet, some sets near 7. Dangerous rip currents. That is going to be the case for the rest of the week. Later this week into the weekend, we have a little bit of a cool down here, but that'll put us close to normal for this time of the year. And next week, another warm up.
Thank you, Sheena. More coverage you count on at NBC7.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.